You want to take a selfie or don't focus down there. Here, look back up here. Here, have a prime. Yeah, go ahead and drink that. Yeah, it's smooth, isn't it?
So, as everyone's seen already, we have this whole Logan Paul scam allegation thing going on, and it's a lot of craziness with it. You got people taking stuff and fleeing to different countries with the code, so it can't be released. Anyway, though, we're going to start it off pretty strong, straight to the point, and run it right through. Let's see what we got.
And illegal. I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer. You're going to need it.
He's very, very manipulative. Very manipulative. And he's good. He's built an entire career off it. Sometimes he's more impartial than not. I think he probably has an inherent bias against me, which is reflective in his work, in his piece, which unfortunately has repercussions. If you are perpetuating falsehood and it's affecting someone's business and reputation, and it's affecting the wrong person's business and reputation, that person may take action.
Okay, so, I get it. What CoffeeZilla said does impact your business, it does impact your legacy and your name, all of that. But a good bit of that is actually pretty true and quite accurate. He's not the type to put out false information and just let it fly, because he knows the repercussions of that, which is everything that you've mentioned pretty much. So, not really being defamed, you really just being put out there. As far as taking him to court, I think that's a dumbass idea. Everyone does, because obviously, if you know anything about the court and the rule of law, when you take someone to court, it all starts from the bottom and it works its way up. Hit the discovery, that's where everything is revealed, all the information, texts, emails, everything laid out flat right in front of you. Can't run from it. It's all pure evidence. There's nothing you can do about it. And it was smart, actually, for you to drop this and not try to take him to court, because if you did, and you'd have your own case working against you, which you'll see later on in the video. I have a little segment I made for y'all just to show y'all that the SEC is actually cracking down on this type of stuff, and I'll show you that later in the video. Just stay tuned and you will see what I'm talking about, because there's nothing to play with. You don't play with the government, folks.
How much money did you make off the sale of the coin, or off CryptoZoo as a project? How much money did you make?
Yeah, this seems to be the biggest misconception, and it is disappointing that part was glossed over so quickly. Made no money off CryptoZoo. Never sold the token. Jeff never sold the token. Only lost money trying to make things right. No money was made. No tokens were sold. And CoffeeZilla even said that in his series. So to answer your question, yeah. No money was made by Jeff or I.
And just back to the flip side really quick. To me, once I heard that seemed just like a kill shot to this entire thing.
Okay, guys, so when it comes to money being made, we all know it doesn't matter whether you made money on this alleged scam, whether you made money on this or not, it doesn't matter. Truth is, you're being scammed by a real scammer at the end of the day. And nonetheless, it seems like a group of thoroughbred scammers that do this to survive. You fell right into their hand. But just because you didn't make any money doesn't mean that you're just going to get away scot-free. You're still, illicit in all the activity and the verbal language and the scheming and planning that went on to make this thing kick off from the start. Now, I don't think that he had ill intention necessarily to begin with, but those text messages, kind of shady. You could say that is illegal. So don't do that. Not do that shit no more. In fact, it might be that it's good that you didn't make any money off of this, but the fact that you only lost money, I guess that's kind of something going on your end. We'll see where we go from here.
About it right now, but this is what broke me. People relied on me to create a project. And when shit wasn't working out and I found out the extent of just how bad things were behind the scenes, I had to rely on my team. I crumbled internally. And the advice was, while actual legal process was going on because of criminal investigation taking place that CoffeeZilla highlighted in his series, I had to stay silent. And for a fucking year, I'm hounding Jeff. How do we make this right? What's the status of the game?
But they
Where
don't
are
see
we
that.
at?
They don't see that.
Well, yeah, people are gonna rely on you, bro, because you're like the money man. You're the head of the household, so to speak. So anything that you do or come up with, your people gonna be down for that anyway. It doesn't even matter. They're always gonna rely on you. And the people who follow you, your fans, they're always gonna rely on you. Any project that you do, just knowing that you're involved in it, it doesn't have to be your project. There's like so many other people who push crypto projects before that turned out to be scams, or they just went straight downhill. Either or, those were influencers who pushed that narrative, pushed that project, that coin, crypto, whatever, and that just pretty much leads people straight to hell. It's like a pump and dump pretty much. You're just like, hey, hey, we're gonna push this, push this narrative, and then at the end of the day, we all agree to sell at a certain point. While you have like 80-90% of all the tokens that's out there, and they're all y'all's, everyone who made this thing and who invested heavily in the very, very beginning before it was even put out. And I mean, at any minute, y'all could just sell all of that shit, just sell all of it, and just fuck over any investor that's out there that's invested into that crypto. And that's why everyone has such a big problem with this, because you just don't know. Like, you ever been in a stock or a crypto and then some big head ass billionaire just dumps like $10 million worth of that stock all at one time, or a couple million? I mean, it's unfortunate. You put a lot of heart and soul into hoping that this thing takes off and it flies, with the rocket, all of that shit. And then some big head ass billionaire or millionaire dumps a percentage of what they have, which is probably a percentage of total of what's out there. So, yeah, that doesn't help out at all. So, but I tell you what though, but what really broke Logan Paul's ass wasn't the fact that, oh, my fans were so reliant and they believed in me on this project. What broke his fucking ass was the fact that it's illegal. And their plan to do what they were going to do and dump at, what, 23 mil or whatever it was, that's exposed. So yes, there are illegal or legal repercussions to this, and there is some type of investigation. Just because something doesn't happen today or tomorrow doesn't mean that it's not going to come back to bite you in the ass 2 years from now. Most court cases, you might go to jail, be out on bond, and people think that they're free. And after 1 to 2 years, all of a sudden, you're back in court. And now you have to face this crime, and with the charges that you're being accused of, with allegations, and now it's reality. Now it affects your life. From there, that's where you get sentenced and you go to prison. So that's what fucking broke his ass. Probably more than anything. Who wants to be a millionaire stuck in a shitty ass scam and then go straight to fucking prison? That is not what you want.
And then my legal team goes, yo, there is criminal investigation going on. It is best to stay silent at this moment.
Mm. So I have another question. I understand your point of view because I'm your friend. I actually was with you when you found out, and I saw how like your face turned white and you slid up against the fridge when you found out.
To be honest with you, as far as the open investigation coming along and his buddy sitting there talking to him like, I'm your friend, and I saw your face turn white and you slid down the refrigerator just crushed. You know why? because there's time behind that. They don't play with this shit. This isn't a game. There is hard time behind this. You get anywhere from probably 5 to 20 years just for this. I mean, it's no telling. Like, it's just no telling what you could actually get. I mean, they might let you off a little easy, but they probably won't, because you're an influencer and you're influencing people to jump off of a frickin' cliff while you have a parachute. I mean, that's pretty much what it comes down to. So yeah, if I just was in frickin' Qatar, whatever the hell, you know what I'm saying, just chilling, enjoying my time out there in Saudi Arabia, and next thing you know, I hear this story, news breaks, I would frickin' turn white too. My blood would leave my face. I'd probably shit myself. And I wouldn't even slide down the refrigerator. I would slide into a manhole and fall through the center of the planet of the Earth and never come back. Unless I got off free, that is. But yeah, I would do the same thing, man. That shit, that's nothing to play with. I don't want to go to frickin' prison. And I've had a couple close run-ins too. And I'm blessed to have gotten out of that.
I was there. So that's why I could boldly with my chest out be like, bro, I watched when this guy found the news. But fuck CoffeeZilla, fuck you. No joke. What do we do for the people that were fucked?
All right, so as far as what do y'all do for the people who were screwed over and lost all that money? I mean, you're talking people who lost $500 something thousand. You're talking about people that lost $100K, $200K. I mean, hell, it could have been someone's last $20 with no job, and they were finna lose their home or something, and they were hoping this was the magic key to unlock Pandora's box of opportunity. And what did they get on the other side? A big ass slap in the face. So hard that it slapped the lips off. Probably got divorced. Girl left them. Took the kids, the car, the only car that they shared. They already don't have money to begin with, and now they're losing it to someone who they idolize. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of heartbreaking. You know, like, I love Elon Musk. If I was like, hey, I'm do anything Elon Musk says, anything he invests in or starts up in, and he scammed us. I mean, there's so many millions, possibly over 1 billion people that'd be so let down. You know, people can't handle some of these things when they lose money like this. People put their entire life savings and YOLO it in crypto and stock. And then when it doesn't go well, they don't see a way out. So they take the only way out that they see, and it's not a good way out. And that's the problem with these kind of things. And when stuff like that happens, you could possibly be charged for the result of what happened in the end. You could be charged for that. Like, that'll all be considered in the entire court case. It's a lot to it. A lot more than just getting some money like this frickin' dickhead.
If you want the answer, yeah, I could give the money back. It is within my power. But I'm going to look out for myself and not do that. I don't know what else to say. That's just the most honest answer.
Disgusting acts that you could probably ever see or hear of, because he has no remorse for any of it. And then to make matters worse, out of like the over $500 something thousand that he did get, he only agreed to give back like $150,000 back into the crypto, which some big head probably just, as soon as it happened, they're probably just going to sell all that crap anyway. And then they're still not going to have it. So it's not like you've really given the money back. You'd have to do that individually on a person-to-person basis. It's really the only way. I mean, as soon as it shoot up, put the money in there, someone's going to sell because they're like, I'm out of this, it's a scam. That's going to be that. And then on top of that, this guy is bragging. He made videos bragging about how he's seen someone like pretty much just blatantly rob their fans and become like a millionaire. And now for the bit about the SEC cracking down, got the video right here.
To protect investors in the crypto markets from cyber attacks, which have increased by a whopping 516% since 2020. That's according to Chainalysis. Joining us now, Yahoo Finance's Jennifer Schonberger with the details on this. I mean, That is an incredible number.
Sure is, Julie. That's right. The Securities and Exchange Commission beefing up its personnel to protect investors in crypto markets and against cyber attacks. The SEC is adding 20 investigators to its newly renamed Crypto Assets and Cyber Unit, formerly the Cyber Unit, nearly doubling the staff count to 50. The action is the latest in the SEC's aggressive push to police wrongdoing in crypto markets. SEC Chair Gary Gensler says, quote, as more investors access the crypto markets, it's increasingly important to dedicate more resources to protecting them. The Division of Enforcement's Crypto Assets and Cyber Unit has successfully brought dozens of cases against those seeking to take advantage of investors in crypto markets. Now, Julie, crypto crimes are ballooning. Crypto theft hit a whopping $3.2 billion last year. According to Chainalysis, that's up more than 500-fold from 2020. So, Julie, Gensler certainly looking to try to rein in what he calls the wild, wild west of crypto. Back to you.
And honestly, I think the SEC needs to crack down on this stuff. This isn't no joke. This is messed up. This is really, really messed up. I've always believed scammers are scum of the earth. You know, some people are like, oh, well, you know, scammer, you're broke, you know, you're hungry, you need money. Well, get a fucking job. Like me, like everyone else. Get a job and work for your money like everyone else. Scamming isn't really work. It's just a process that you go through. The only hard part is maybe negotiating and getting someone to do it. But guess what? Someone's going to do it. So at some point, you're going to become successful in it. And yeah, it's going to go straight to prison just like everyone else.
I thought this was fake news, but apparently it's actually a real thing, guys.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace.